Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 3DSWare review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Super Little Acorns 3D Turbo, which if you've never played it before, it's just like an old school, I suppose, arcadey game. I personally love it. I think it's one of the better, cheaper 3DSWare games out there, but I do believe it started off life as like a 69p app, so it's one of those that it is probably expensive for what it is, really. At the start, there's all sorts of stuff you can notice. There's, well, continue game's not going to be there, it's going to be new game. Total number of acorns I've collected. Options, which there isn't much to really discuss. You've got challenges, which there's quite a few challenges in the game, and each challenge has a bronze, silver, and a gold. So it's quite a lot of gameplay outside of the main game, which lasts 3 years. Which, well, it's 3 years in the game. Obviously, it's not going to last you 3 years at all. Achievements, there's quite a few to get. There's 45. Costumes, there's all sorts to unlock. There's new head types, there's new face types, there's new rope types, there's new body types. So at the moment, I'm currently wearing a little fez with a zombie face, tuxedo, and bling swing. So the game, as you might notice, is quite insane. So I'm going to go into year one, because I've at least got everything unlocked on there, and I can at least show off the boss, therefore. Because as you can see, there's basically 5 levels in each season, and that's a year, and the game is 3 years long. Each level has different objectives on it. There's quite simply collect all of the acorns and get to the end in a certain time. There's then collect all the acorns, get all of the fruits and get to the end. However, you don't need to do it in a certain time. So that kind of doesn't make much sense. There's kill all of the enemies, and there's to be fair, I think it is just regular collect all the acorns as well, which is even more mental that that's one of them. But I think that's purely in case you can't collect all the acorns in a certain time. So there's basically all the acorns, all the fruits, beat in a certain time, kill all the enemies. And you'd think that you would have to do all of those in the certain time, but it's not like that at all. There's some levels that only take 10 seconds to beat by collecting all the acorns, or in some levels cases, all of the babies as well, because every now and then there'll be levels where babies appear, and the babies are annoying, because they walk around, they run, they jump, they just do all sorts of stuff to get out of the way as most annoyingly as possible, and they're the thing that screws you over the most on the timer levels. But by collecting all of the acorns and the babies, then the fruit appears, and then you collect the fruit. You can also kill all the enemies, and you can beat the level, get those 3 awards, and then just go back and beat the level in the quickest time possible to get the 4th one. It doesn't really make much sense. It's almost as if it should be that the beat it in a certain time also has to have all of the other applications done for it, all of the other awards, instead of the way it does it, because it would have added a lot more difficulty to the game. But it is the way it is, I suppose, and it is something that you're going to probably want to do, because the game's quite fun that way. So you've seen basically how normal levels work. This is a boss level. It's basically a race. And this, again, is another one where you've got to kill all the enemies, get all the fruit. There's no collecting acorns or anything though on this one. And you've just got to get to the end in a certain time as well. What annoys me is that you do actually have a very strict timer for this that's even stricter than it actually is. To explain, I believe on this one you get 55 seconds to get the exit. Except the fact that the boss, who you're supposed to be beating, always gets there after 53 seconds. So why the hell did they put a 53 second... Sorry, didn't they put a 53 second timer on it? Because I have actually been there, I've tested this. I've been at the end and waited, and on second 43 he got there, and I then tried to run into the exit to see if it could be beaten on second 54 or 55, and it definitely can't. So I don't know why it's like that. But it's just an annoying little gripe, really. The game, for the most part, is well made, well built, and well worth the price. It's just, as I said, the fact that I'm pretty sure it was either a cheap Flash game online, or it was a cheap iPod game, or it might have even been both before coming to this. So while it is cheap for a 3DS game, it's expensive for what it is, I suppose. But it still is a fun, enjoyable game with a hell of a lot of stuff to unlock that you're probably going to want to unlock it because it adds more gameplay to it, I suppose. And also, when you play as a regular squirrel, going up to a zombie squirrel wearing a tuxedo and a fez with a bling chain, I mean, who can resist rewards like that in the game? You know, it's just no mere mortal could be able to resist such things. I severely doubt anyone would just sit there and think, well, I'll just play the whole game as a regular squirrel. I might as well load up a challenge very quickly just to simply show one of them off, I suppose, because again, that is where a lot of stuff's going to be. So at the moment I've got long jump and rising tide here. I'll go for long jump and I'm on the bronze, and it's basically a case of getting to the end, and again, as you can probably see, the fruits are there to be collected as well, but it's a case of getting to the end in as quick as time possible to get a decent medal. So you've just basically got to time your jumps well and use the enemies to your advantage. Ooh, I usually mess that one up, so I just wanted to concentrate a little bit. But there we go, I managed to beat it in 19 seconds, beat me record, so I got the time thing. And that's pretty much the challenge system and how it works. Different ones do different things, really. There's not much else I can actually mention about the game, so I'll just leave it with a quick sum up that it's a very fun, good game for the price that you're getting compared to a lot of stuff on the 3DS shop. But you might want to wait until the price crashes a bit, because it's not the biggest game in the world. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.